Students, in the last video we were studied the what is mean by xerophytic plant group and what are the different types of xerophytic plant group. In this video we will going to see what are the external and internal ecological adaptations are developed in these xerophytic plants. So first we will see what are the external ecological features or adaptations seen in the root, stem and leaf of xerophytic plants. The xerophytic plants, as you know, these are the plants, they are growing in the dry or xeric condition. That is why externally as well as internally these plants shows such development or such adaptations that will help them to withstand in a water scarcity time. So they develop such adaptations that helps to store water in their body or absorb water efficiently. So there may be some external and internal adaptations are seen. Now we will see what are the external adaptations are there in the xerophyte different organs. The roots of the xerophytes are well developed. They may be deeper, they may be deep or they may be shallow, but they are well developed. The deep root system that is hugely branched and help the xerophytic plants or trees to absorb the water deep from the soil, whereas the shallow root system help the xerophyte to absorb efficiently the surface water. So these both kinds of roots help to absorb the water. Also the root shows the presence of root hairs and root caps. The root hairs help to absorb the sufficient and efficient water, whereas root cap help to protect the root tips and help the root to penetrate the hard surface of the soil. So that time the root caps protect the root growing point. The stem of the xerophytic plant is stunted, hard, woody, dry and ridged, and that is covered with a thick bark. So that thick bark protect the stem from the adverse environmental conditions. Sometimes some of the xerophytic plant stem shows the waxy coating. In case of fleshy xerophytes, the stem is green and leafy. So here why the stem is green and leafy? Because the leaves are reduced and the stem take over the function of leaf as a photosynthesis, and that is why the stem is becomes a green like a leaf, and such modified stem that is called as a phylloclade. So this phylloclade stem is contains a chlorophyll pigments, and this phylloclade is found covered with a spines. Sometimes the stem of many xerophytes is becomes a prickly or spiny. That is for the defense mechanism. The xerophytic plants want to save themselves from their enemies like a grazing animals in the desert area, and that is why they becomes a highly prickly and spiny. Whereas in the most of the xerophytes the leaves are reduced, they are becomes a scale like or modified into a spine. Sometimes the entire lamina of a leaf may also seen dissected into a leaflets to save a more amount of water by avoiding the transpiration. For example, in case of the many acacia species that are xerophytic in nature, the compound leaves are there and the leaflets are present. So that is a one of the modification for checking a rate of transpiration. In case of succulent xerophytes, the leaves have a storage region, and that storage region helps to store the water, and that is why the succulent xerophyte leaves are becomes a fleshy or soft, and some of the xerophytic leaves are with a waxy coating They can check the rate of transpiration. Some of the leaves are deciduous, so they can fall down in the dry summer to avoid the loss of water through transpiration. Some of the leaves are get rolled up and cover over the stomata, so rate of transpiration is get stop or check. These are the some of the external xerophytic adaptations or features developed by the different kinds of xerophytic plants, and these features help the xerophytic plant to withstand in the adverse environmental condition or in the water scarcity period. Like external features, xerophytic plants also shows the adaptations internally in their root, stem and leaves. So now we will going to see what are the internal adaptations in the xerophytic root, stem and leaves. In the internally, when you will take a sections of the different organ, you will see the different internal modifications. There is a presence of thick cuticle over the epidermis. Why the cuticle becomes a thick? Because cuticle can protect epidermis as well as check the rate of transpiration. The epidermis cells are also well developed. The mechanical tissue in case of the root are also well developed, because root has to go deep in the soil, and that is why they require a mechanical support, and that is why these mechanical tissue are well developed. The vascular tissue well developed because there is a need to absorb the more amount of water, and that is why there is a need to efficient vascular tissue system. In all the organs of xerophytes, root, stem and leaves, they are having the well developed vascular tissue system. In case of succulent xerophyte, the stem also has a storage region, so they can store the water. In case of stem, epidermis is thick, they are covered with a cuticle. Hypodermis also in several stems or leaves is becomes a well developed, and they are sclerenchymatous in nature. So they are well developed, and sclerenchymatous means they are supporting mechanically also to the particular organ. Also the hypodermis or epidermis contain a chloroplast in case of the phylloclade stem, and they can perform the function of photosynthesis when the leaves are reduced or absent. In such cases, the green stem called as a phylloclade that performs a function of photosynthesis. Also, the cortex of the stem may contain a chlorophyll pigment, and they also help for the photosynthesis procedure. The number of stomata are less in the leaves. They are also sunken, means they are present in the pit. They cannot very easily get exposed to the sunlight, and with the help of like this modification, the rate of transpiration is reduced. Even in the, as I said, in all organs, root, stem and leaves, the vascular tissue system is well developed, lignified, mechanical tissue are also well developed, oil and resin ducts are present oftenly. So all these structures help the xerophytic plant to withstand in adverse condition and get a mechanical support. In leaf, thick cuticle waxy coating is present for check of rate of transpiration. In case of some of the xerophytic plants, the epidermis is multi-layered. Again, the reason behind development of multi-layer epidermis is for the check of rate of transpiration and avoid a loss of water. For example, in Nerium leaves, you will see the multi-layer epidermis. The mesophyll tissue in xerophytic plant leaves are well differentiated into a palisade and spongy. In general, in case of the xerophytic leaves, the stomata are present on the lower surface, so they do not get directly exposed to the sunlight, and often it remain closed. That may also in sunken nature, the well developed vascular tissue system also helps to transport the efficient amount of transportation do the efficiently. So these are the some internal characteristic features. These are also developed such way that how the xerophytic plants will get a more benefit for from the development of these characters. For example, waxy coating is there, epidermis or cortex contain chloroplast, vascular tissue is well developed, the stomata is sunken in nature. So all these are the modified adaptations for saving a amount of water, because the xerophytic plant has to grow in a xeric or dry conditions where the water is not available in plenty, and that is why they have to survive in that adverse condition. And because of help or their benefit, these different kinds of external and internal modifications are taken place in the different organs of the xerophytic plant. So this is what our today's topic, the external and internal adaptations in the plant group xerophyte.